I gave an old poet $5 on the blue line today. Gave him $5 worth of hope. $5 worth of dope. $5 towards a slow needle over a fast loose rope. Or maybe $5 worth of smoke inhalation that eases his suicidal contemplation. Inhaling that comforting and tingling sensation that eases his addictive yearn, eliminates concern. Even for a moment, his mind leaves hell por un tiempo, as his soul struggles to break free from his corrupted temple, and we, his audience, watch the whole spectacle. But I get ahead, like a guillotine that cannot be reset. So right before this poet began to proclaim, he quickly scanned the train car to see what his chances were of sparring with us for some spare change. So I, being a poet, gave him a $5 hard-earned dollars for this speakeasy scholar. And as I studied the lines on his face, I wondered, if the pen is as mighty as the sword, or mightier, why didn't he pen a life story where his success soared? He could have done that shit with a worn-out bit. Instead, he chose a big lighter to heat up his spoon, while any clean needle from the clinic will do, as he chases these dragons with every stab to his blue line veins. Blue line blues, blue line pains. Blue line tragedy like the guy that jumped in front of the blue line train I wrote the other day, but that story was written for another day, cause this one's about an old poet who spoke easy like this open mic. His voice was hoarse from a damaged windpipe that to him feels like if his soul has a hole from a gunshot wound from a botched robbery in '82 that robbed him of his dreams and replaced them with the ambition a glass pipe seams together with broken promises, love lost, his existence forgotten. When devils wail, the blackest sins put on. They trick you into believing that the dusk is but the dawn. See, he is but a pawn that lives on a hit-by-hit basis. This is the life of this basehead, wasted. His talent almost is. And I say almost because his life is all least. He's a frontal lobe lobotomy away from being a beast. He's pouring out his heart. He's a genuine artiste. And I can hear the pain echo in every sound that is released, while his audience passengers don't even know that he exists. I would much rather he cease his peace, leave in peace. Where the fuck is the MTA police? I even heard someone say, yo, I bet if this nigga had a rapper's Jesus piece over his neck, he still wouldn't find the Lord close to heart, because he's the one who left. Now, the only difference between this poet and I is that he crapped out of life one too many times after he last rolled dices. He got the whole shit pie. We just get served slices. Justice can be bought, but he can't afford inflated prices, so he slowly gave it up when he decided not to fight it, as he recited passages about his life and how he got blindsided. But this wasn't Poe's Raven or even Michael Orr, although he was born from a whore. See, for every hug she almost gave him as a child, her crack pipe needed him more. He talked about his dad and about how he never knew him. And how he went off to war to take care of his mom, but he couldn't because he came back fucked up from Vietnam. He carried his whole life on his back in a pack that was dark blue or black, like his lungs from the tar or his heart from the scars that don't heal with meds for pain. His hair was graying while his teeth decaying, but the words he was saying has so much life in him, while his tattered veins coursed poisonous venom, and his mangled brain fought to keep active with him. See, I only meant to give him $1 because shit, I'm broke too. But fuck it, I went ahead and gave him the only $5 I had instead, as he quietly passed me by, and God bless you, he said. And in that moment that he passed me by, I swear I almost heard his inner child cry. And in that moment, my own pain began to subside, and I thanked the highest power for the gift of being alive. See, I purchased the memory that night with the only $5 that I owned, as I got off on 5th and Spring, and I was wondering where this man had been and whether or not he had a home. I gave an old poet $5 on the blue line today. 5 measly dollars for this speakeasy scholar. Breathe easy, brother. There is hope in the tomorrow.
Mm.